In the previous video, we have seen how to create the agent using the portal. In this video, we will see how does the developer use this agent, right? Not necessarily through the portal, but through the coding. How do they interact with this agent? How do they provision this agent? It's what we will be looking at. We have created this agent using the portal. So when you click on this agent, and when you click on this try and playground, of course like how to how do we use this here, right? That's what we discussed in our previous video. Now if you see here, there is a view code. If you click on this one, you will be provided with a code, right? So now if you there are these are all the SDKs are supported. So I will go with the Python for now, but it's up to you. Like you can go with the C# or JavaScript. That's what they support right now. And if you click on this view in Visual Studio Code, right? If you click here, then you will be redirected to a page something like this. It's online Visual Studio. So you can run the code from here, or you can just clone the code to your local machine and run it, and then you can check in the code into your code repository. I will show it in a moment. So first we will see what do we have here, right? So here we have this env file that I will open it in a moment, and and the git ignore if at all you wanted to commit your code, and this is what you want to do at the very beginning. So this is going to install all the requirements. Right now these are all the requirements are defined, and first you have to install these requirements, right, by running this particular command. And then if you see here they say that you need to run this run agent.py. So they gave you how to interact with this agent using the SDK. So is that I don't want to use this online Visual Studio, or rather I would prefer to clone this. So all you need to do is that just come over here, right click and click on download. When you do so, you will have these files in your local machine. Then we can work with those files. So let me go to the Visual Studio. So as you see here, I have just cloned. I have added few more files here. I will come back in a moment. But first thing first we have to do the installation. So just copy this and run it in your terminal. As we have discussed, these are all the packages that we are going to install. So Azure AI project, identity, and Ansible. It's not necessarily needed right now, but as it comes with a package, there is no problem in terms of installing it. It's just that you're not going to use it right now. And the instruction clearly says that once it is done, then you can just come over here and run the agent. So now let's see what do we have in the run agent. In the run agent, it's very straightforward. So it is just I'm just loading these environment variables here. The variables are coming from this env file. So that's what you see here, right? So all those configurations that you wanted to have, all those values that you wanted to have, it's what you will be keeping it in the env file. Let's assume now, yeah, so now what do we do here? We create a project client. So this is going to connect with the project. Remember, we created a hub and a project. Now we are connecting with the project, and then we are looking at our existing client ID. In this case, I think it is going to be the very first agent that we created. So it is just getting the agent ID. So if you just come over here, there is a agent ID here, right? That will match with the agent ID. Now if I go back to the portal here, if I look into it, this is the agent ID. I think the report agent. So now I'm going to make a call to the weather report agent. So now first thing is first we create a thread and we create a message, and we call we run it, and then we will get a response back, and then we just print it here. That's what happened here. So now our message, it's what is the weather in Paris, and then in the LLM respond back to us with some information this is what I see it here, right? Because it uses the open API that we attached with the agent. It make use of that and gets the live data for us. So that's how once the agent is created, it will be calling the agent using the SDK. So like this is just a plain Python, right? You cannot run it in the container. In order to run it in a container, you need to have a kind of an endpoint, right? And the container should expose an endpoint. So you can convert that the same code into an application. So here I'm using Flask. But the it's up to you whether you, what I'm saying is that like I'm going to expose a endpoint, chat endpoint. It is going to take a message, and the, like using that message, it is going to post that message to the agent. Like rest of the code, it's going to be the same. Like if I just go here, and if I just run this app.py, you will see something like this. Then I can go to the another prompt, and like I can do a curl. So input a message, then it is going to respond back to us. Okay, so now I see it. Now it says like this is what the current temperature in Mississauga, right? Now I can change my question to something else. What is the current weather in say Chennai? Probably about 24 or 34, 30, 35, right? So yeah, 33. Right, so how you make use of the agents, right? So first you created an agent, and then you use the SDK to make a call to that particular agent, and then like you have the Flask, using which you created a endpoint, and then like through the endpoint you call the SDK, and the SDK will make call to the agent and get the result. That's how it works. Now it's fine, but I wanted to create the agent, right, all by myself as a developer. So I cannot go to the portal and create these agents, right? So how do I create this agent as a developer, right? Basically like CI/CD process, right? So first we will be using the Terraform to create all this infrastructure. Like we will be creating the hub project, all those things that can be done through the Terraform. But once the project is created, then and the LLM it's deployed, then you can use this again the same SDK to create the agent, right? Through the SDK you can create the agent, not necessarily have to go to the portal and create, but again using the same SDK you can create your agent and call your agent. So it's going to be pretty straightforward. Now again what we do, like we connect to the same project, and then we just see like, hey, if there is I'm looking for a specific agent ID. If a agent ID exists, then I want to use that. If it doesn't exist, I want to create an agent with this information. So deployment name, model name, it's going to be GPT-4o mini, and the name of this agent, it's going to be production agent, some basic information. Again, if at all I wanted to run this agent like same code multiple times, it should not create the duplicate agents, right? So that's why I'm storing this value somewhere, just making sure that it is not repeatedly creating this agent multiple times. If it exists, the very next time I run it, it's going to use the same agent. It's not going to create a new agent. Then now we have the agent using which we can make a call, right? Now before I run it, I just go to the portal again, and I go to the agents here. I only have 2 agents here right now. So now get back to this. Now if I run this hello agent, right? If I run this hello agent, it is first going to create an agent, then it is going to create a thread, right? So it is like rest of the process, that's a pretty same that we discussed. See here, it is giving us some response here. Now if I just go here, refresh it, there is a production agent created. That's how you create the agent using the SDK. Now how about having additional features? It's just not a plain agent, right? So in our previous video we discussed about the additional knowledge, additional tools. So everything can be done through the SDK. Now for instance, let me show you here. So this code, it's from Microsoft, right? I just copied the code from Microsoft, so you will find the sample code here. So I'm just going to use the code they provided. So I'm just going to use this anonymous and weather. So you need to have these countries, this weather API and anonymous API. You can also have the a secured API, like the way we have done for our weather application, and that needs the API token. Sample code again here, just about getting the code and giving it a try. It should work. But the like again, let's go back. So now again, like what do we do? Like we create a agent here, and the like same thing, we just load the JSON definition here. So if you just go here, it's a open API standard definition, so that's what you have it here. And then like actually, like I have two tools, one for weather, the other one for countries. Currently, like the countries one doesn't work, it basically it broke, but anyway, like for the demo purposes I'm just using it so that I can show you. It's just not one action, but then like multiple action can be attached. It does support close to what 10 different actions, like Bing grounding and the like AA search, open API, function app, logic app, and all those things. Like basically it does support like close to 10 different kind of actions that you can use it, right? So here it says that anonymous authentication, it's enough for this. And then like we are defining our open API tools, and that's what we are using it here. So again, going to be the same. So I'm just going to check for this particular agent ID which doesn't exist, then it is going to create one with this all this configuration. This time around I'm adding this tool definition that we have defined here. And then like once if it is created, then I wanted to store this, so I am storing it again, hoping that it should not recreate the same agent again, but let's see. So again, like I'm creating a thread, I'm making a message, and I'm running it. I will get the status, and then like I will just get the results back, and then like we'll print all this information here, right? You can also delete your agent if you really don't need that, but that's just a demo, right? So in real life you will keep your agent, and the like you just print these messages here. Okay, now let's go here. Now let's try to run the travel advisor agent here. Probably it will take a moment. Then as you see here, like it creates the thread and message, then it is it is going to make a call. Now if you see here, it does make the tools call, and the like it printed all this information here. So now let me go to the portal. Before I go to the portal, let me copy this message here. Okay, so basically it's a single question, but then like there are two things combined here. What is the weather? If you do a refresh, then there is this agent got created. Now if you go to the playground, then if you just put the same message here, now if you just come over here, so those two are added here. Likewise, like whatever you see here, so you can very well add the code interpreter, logic app, function app, custom app, and function app, and all those, and then like knowledge. So if you just come over here where like you will see like whatever it supported, it you will see a sample here, right? So you really don't have to struggle. So if you, for instance, if you want to use Azure AI search, then you will see like how do you do that. There is a class that you can make a call to, and the like bring grounding, you can use the same. Again, there is a class for bring grounding. Likewise, like whatever you wanted to have logic apps, again like so there is another class using which you can make a you can attach the logic app. So here where like you can find all these samples, as this is a pretty new SDK. You will not find a lot of reference. The one is you will see all the information. It's this particular portal. Right now again, let's go back here. Now let's see what is the weather in Missy or maybe Delhi, right? What is the weather in Delhi? And IND. Now let's send. So as you will see, like it is going to make a tool call again, like it is going to make uh, weather as well as the country, but then the country again it's broke, you will see here. So if you just see here, like it is making a call to the weather, and also it is making a call to the country, but then like a country it's broke. Why it is broke? If you just come over here and if you just look at this, so this is the URL it is referring to, right? And then like it is making a call to this particular path and this particular operation ID, right? So if you just come over here, click here, so this site it's it's kind of not working. So that's why like the country it's broke. Otherwise, like if it works, like the web application it's running, you should get the result. But anyway, like that's how you create the agent using the SDK, and whatever the configuration that you do using the portal, you can very well do it using the SDK. That's all I wanted to cover in this video. Thank you for watching.